Okay, it is June 4th, and this is the What Is Coaching Opportunity Call for dudes, for guys, because this business is very heavily female dominated. But that doesn't mean that guys can't do this business. Guys can absolutely do this
Sure.
business. And you know, some of the guys on this call are living proof of that. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jer McLeod. I am the co-founder of FamGym Empire. I run this business with my wife, which if you'd asked me 2 years ago, this is definitely not a path that I would have saw my life going. But here we are today. A little bit about myself. Like I said, I'm a co-founder of FamGym Empire with my wife. Um, I've been a police officer for 17 years and just got into this business 2 years ago. Kind of got into it by fluke. It definitely wasn't in my cards. It wasn't in my path. It wasn't something that I saw myself doing down the road. I absolutely love what I do as a police officer. And I don't think that'll ever change. But I was involved in a work-related incident where I got a really bad concussion. I was actually hit in the head and got a bad concussion where it actually kept me off work for 2 years. And I couldn't do my dream job of being a police officer. It's everything that I've identified myself as for years. Like I've been a cop for 17 years, so it's the only thing I ever identified as. And when I got injured and I physically couldn't drive, there were days where I could barely tie my own shoes. It was a mess. And when that got taken away from me, I really struggled and started to go down some very, very dark paths of depression and anxiety, suicidal thoughts. And fortunately, my wife was already doing these workouts. She'd already been doing them for a year or whatnot. I was a gym goer. I was always in the gym all the time. And I physically couldn't get to the gym anymore. But my wife recognized that I was starting to head down some of those really bad paths. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't talking to anybody. I completely isolated myself. I would literally get up and I would go straight to the couch and I wouldn't talk or move for the rest of the day. And she saw that, and there was parts where she was afraid to leave the house because she wasn't sure what she was going to come home to. And that's how bad things were starting to get. But she'd been doing these programs at home. We put a space up in the loft for her, and she knew how much fitness and nutrition was, how important it was to me. When it kind of got taken away because I physically couldn't go. Sorry, I'm just accepting somebody. They physically couldn't go. She knew she needed to do something, and she recognized the fact that if she could just get me moving, that maybe it would change my mindset and start to give me a little bit of a clearer picture. So she invited me to come do one of these workouts with her. And to be quite honest, when I first said yes, I literally said yes, thinking that it wasn't going to work, and I was just going to prove a point because she had asked me a couple times to come do these workouts with her. When I went and did it, we did 80-day obsession, which when you look at that program, is probably a female dominated program, but it was hard as hell. And as a guy, some of these programs may look girlish, but I tell you, like, I've done the majority of them and they are hard as hell. But with this one, I first went to go work out and I knew it wasn't going to go well because my concussion symptoms were so bad. But I said yes for my wife to go and give it a try, just to try and help appease that matter, thinking that I was just going to say, hey, see, I told you it didn't work. And it didn't. I did about 7 minutes of 80-day obsession, and I had to tap out because my concussion symptoms were so bad that I just physically couldn't go anymore. But the difference is that 7 minutes was the first time that I ever felt like I accomplished something in 2 months. So 2 months of being at home and suffering through pain and symptoms from this concussion, it's the first time that I felt like I actually accomplished something. And throughout that, it's what kept me coming back day after day after day after day. And over time, that 7 minutes turned into 25 minutes and then 30 minutes and then the whole workout. And it got to the point where I could get through these workouts. I may have been suffering afterwards with some symptoms, but I was able to get through these workouts. And in doing that, I lost 45 pounds. And obviously, with losing that weight comes confidence. I started to figure out a little bit who I was, because I felt like I was lost when I lost my identity as an officer. And I know now that I'm much more than just a police officer. Like, I'm an amazing dad, an amazing husband. I'm a good friend, a good coworker. But I never saw that before. And it wasn't until this opportunity that actually came true to sight for me. For the business now opportunity is that Shalene had been approached several times about the business. And now that we were starting to fall in love with the programs and fall in love with the product, she'd been approached several times about what this coaching opportunity was. And to be quite honest, we had ventured down probably about 8 or 9 different business adventures that, I guess if you want to say failed, they were not successful. Thinking about it now, it's not that they weren't successful because the business platform wasn't right. It's, I don't believe that we put the effort in order for the business to be successful. Now, when we found this business opportunity, it was one that fit really well in our life and something that we both really needed at the time. So when we started working this business model, we now know that the efforts that we put in is what you're going to get out of it. So if you're only putting in, part-time effort, like, expect to get part-time wages. If you treat this like a business, you can get paid like a business. Which took us a while to figure out, but for me, it's like, this is definitely not a path that I expected to go down. When Shalene was approached about it, the first time we said no for 10 months on this business opportunity, just because of all the other experiences we've had in the past. But she got approached again, and thank God that she did, because it's turned into something special. But she got approached again, and we decided, okay, you know what? Maybe this is something that we'll look into. We'll see where it goes. And at first, I didn't think I was going to be as involved as I am now. I thought I was just going to be a supportive husband. I would help her out with the kids, or if she needed to be on calls or do work or whatnot, then I would make sure that I would manage everything at the house so that she could run this business, because it's something that she really wanted to do. What happened was, as I started helping her with this business, with little side jobs that she would give me, like helping her with stuff in the back office, which I'm not going to get too much into back office because that's another call. But I started helping her with these little tasks, and it really started to make me fall in love with what this business is to offer. Because if I'm being honest, like, the reason I became a police officer was because I love to help people. I want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to have an impact in this world, and I want to make sure that I leave this place better than when I found it. So, and I found that through this business, you actually do that more than I feel like I do in my full-time job. I feel like I help people more, and I have more of an impact in this business than I do as an officer. So that's where this kind of snowballed for us. And like I said, definitely not a path that I expected to be down, but sure, I'm grateful every single day that we are. Something that always comes to mind for me is that, sometimes the wrong path can lead you to the right places. And that's absolutely what happened in our circumstance. So if I never got injured, we may never have found this opportunity. So, if that's the silver lining in my injury and the pain that we went through for 2 years and the struggles, the silver lining is we found this opportunity. And in January of 2019, we actually brought Shalene home from her corporate job so she could do this full time. Now, I'll insert the income disclaimer here, is that Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income. Your income is determined by your own efforts and due diligence in the business. But that being said, if you work your butt off and you put the work into this could turn into absolutely something special for your family, like it has for us. But that's kind of my story and how I got into coaching. And I'm going to pass it over to you, Batu, and you can just kind of unmute yourself and share a little bit about what coaching has done for you.
Perfect, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for being on this call. So I'm going to start a timer, Jer, because I talk too much. So, all right. My name is Batu. I live in Miami. I'm originally from Istanbul. I'm Turkish. Moved here about 8 years ago. Just kind of going fast forward to, well, I'm a dad of a 6-year-old boy, a single dad. And I think it's important that I kind of put that in there because, it's just the business part and how it helped me is going to make sense more just by mentioning that. So 2018, December 19th, overcast, rainy, sitting on my couch, trying to find out, things to do and, lacking on my personal growth, watching Netflix, 208 pounds, going to the gym 5-6 times a week, spending 2 hours a day, and pretty much just, no plan, just buff, go, have the usual, nothing against gyms, by the way. I love going to the gym, but, having the usual conversation of, what do you bench, bro? Can you spot me? When are you going to be done with the machine and all that stuff, right? And then just heading back home. So I was watching one of my friends posting all these, quotes and posting her workout videos from home. And I'm like, what are you doing? We used to work together in Miami. And she says, oh, it's Beachbody. You remember P90X and Insanity? And immediately pride kicked in because I'm a dude, right? And I said, oh, the home workout videos. Yeah, whatever. I know those, the infomercials where they Photoshop people and sell to you that they're losing weight, right? And she's like, no. Like, they're not DVDs anymore. It's more in the Netflix platform where you'll be able to have access to a lot more workouts. I said, okay, just send me more information. I'll just check it out. And she goes, this is an opportunity for her to take me, but she goes, no, I want you to reach out to my upline now, who's Jamie Fitzpatrick. And fast forward, I go to Jamie's stories, watch the whole story. At the end, he goes, if you want more information on the coaching, just shoot me an email or email address. I put my email address. Within 17 minutes, he just gets back to me and says, hey, what's up, bro? How can I help you? We get on a call the day after. And we talk. And in my mind, I'm the gym rat. I walk into the gym with my protein shake in my bag, with the idea of getting big, looking big, getting pumped, and that's it, just a look, right? So I'm focused on look, physical, when I look at myself in the mirror, that's the whole thing. And as guys, I kind of find that that's pretty much where we level up. We don't go further than that. And he tells me about the business, and I'm like, fine, I'll give it a try. In my head, I said, I'll give it 2 to 3 months, and then I'll just call it, right? And I'm like fit. I'm in shape. But I started my first workout, Transform 20. I buy this stepper, and I'm like, this is going to be step aerobics. I'm giving this up in 2 days. No problem. I press play. 7 minutes later, I was done. Not Jer's story of concussion. Mine was, I'm not in shape. Like, all the 2 hours I spent in the gym just lifting heavy weights, and I'm doing this, Shanti program on a stepper, and I'm done, right? So from there, I just kind of thought, 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes workout, by the way, 6 weeks, 6 days a week. I said, okay, I'm going to do this. So finish the program. I'm ball crying. Don't judge, because like Jer, it's this sense of accomplishment of me going to the gym without any type of plan, coming out as the same dude, who is just a little more kind of pumped up, but no sense of like target vision. Where am I going to? Where am I trying? Like, what am I trying to get to? What's the tapping level, right? And I finished a 6. Sorry, guys. My FaceTime just rang. So I finished the program, and I'm all emotional, and from there, I get into the community aspect of it. And then we start working out together. And then from there, we go to summits. And then I meet Jer and I meet Shalene and I start making friendships. And then all of a sudden, the story takes itself away from fitness and it brings it more to community and the friendships I'm making. And at one point, fitness just became, it was just gone. It was not about, and I lost, I don't want to say lost, it's negative. I actually dropped 35 pounds in my best shape within 8 months. But then when you look at it, and I want you guys, while you're thinking about, as we finish this Zoom call and think, so what do I join this for? You really want to focus on why you want to do this. For me, it was the community aspect and the fact that I made better friendships within 8 months to 10 months than I would have in 35 years. I'm 37 in October. So the community became the focus, and then obviously the products are amazing, and it just took off from there. I jumped from T20 to Lift 4 lifting program, and then it has your yoga, Pilates, and all that stuff, and then it just for me, energy changed, sleep changed, eating, nutrition, how I look at nutrition, how I cook, my relationship with my son, my relationship with my friends, my colleagues. It just changed everything for me. And then, if you walk into the business with the mindset of what is it in it for me, like what am I going to get out of this? The likelihood of you being successful is very low. You have to go in with not the transactional relationship, but what can I give, whether this will be your family, your friends, or the people that you're going to meet for the first time. What you want to focus on is, okay, I understand now that the fitness aspect is not what's important here. The fitness is the cherry on the cake. What matters is the cake. It's the community, it's the networking, it's the friendships, it's the relationship with your spouse, it's the relationship with your son, your daughter. It's how you sleep. It's not the abs, the shoulders. It just totally takes it away from itself, away from that. And it mainly focuses on mindset. I woke up at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Now I wake up at 5 in the morning. I meditate. I read, I journal, I practice gratitude, affirmations, things that dudes don't really focus on. Journaling. For us, to open a thing and write down your thoughts, it's like, just come on. It is. It really is. For us, it's that way. But it's like that plateau that you need to break through and go, you know what? I'm a father. I have responsibilities, right? I want to feel better. But at the same time, women more in the business, but there's two choices you can make. You can look at it as, oh, women took over, I can't because I don't do journaling and meditation. Or you can say, there's no guys in the business. Let's go. Let's go get some guys. Because, the impact you're making, and then the opportunity of, getting and it's hard. It's difficult, right? It's difficult to get a guy out of a gym or get them into a routine of waking up early in the morning and whatever, but it's all mindset. When I got into this, I thought I was physically not going to be able to wake up at 5 versus it was just me telling myself that I'm not going to be able to work out at 5 in the morning, but it was all in my head, right? It became more like a get out of the mediocre lifestyle and shoot for excellence type of thing, right? Because mediocrity attacks excellence, right? When you're aiming for something big, mediocrity goes, hey, like, dude, we're fine in our comfort zone. Make your money, bring food on the table, and that's it. That's what we do as dudes. Why? Why would you think that way? Why not do the business, get your spouse in, and then focus? You know how amazing it would be if you told your spouse, I'm going to do this business and I want to do the workouts with you and do things together. Whereas now, when the COVID is over, you're going to go back to work, come home, have dinner, hug the kids, go to bed, and just have this normal, whatever, just the usual lifestyle versus, baby, 30 minutes, living room, let's do it. Work out together. Think about the connection you're going to have with your spouse. Think about how your kids are going to see the connection with your spouse. Learn love. Like, you have to think like long term. Money is going to come. You're going to get the abs and the big shoulders, whatever. You're going to get the energy. It's inevitable. Whether you want to lose 40 pounds, you want to lose 100 pounds, it's going to happen. But walk into it with, I want to get out of this COVID thing as a better human. I want to come out of it as a better person. I want to do it for myself, whatever that means for you. Right? So for me, it's mindset, it's community, it's friendships, it's my relationships. Mind you, I haven't mentioned fitness much. We post a lot of workout videos. We take our tops off because it's like I'm feeling like a badass, of course. You know, if you got it, you flaunt it. I'm still young. I'm 37. I'm not going to be able to work out when I'm 60, 70 one day. So rather than looking at it as, oh, so I have to work out and post my workout videos all day and whatever, don't think of it that way. You're making an impact. You're actually reaching out to someone and saying, and you'll hear stories, anxiety, losing my job. I was going to commit suicide, whatever. This saved my life. You hear stories from women who's like, I had 3 miscarriages, but I held on to Beachbody. You're like, what? What are you talking about? But yeah, it's the community factor where when you're in your own bubble and you're thinking about things, you're asking yourself questions and then answering them yourself. You have community now. You ask the questions, you've got the support, and you've got you surround yourself with people, like-minded people who only push for you to grow and be better, a better person, a better man. Think of it that way when you reach out to the person who invited you to this. It's not a fitness business. And we're going to be great friends. We're going to meet at Summit and we're going to do workouts together. It's fun. We party, we drink. No restrictions, no dieting, no ketos, no counting your calories, no weighing your food, worrying about how much fat your chicken has. No, man, it's a lifestyle. It's a beautiful lifestyle. It's a relationship thing. It's going to bring you closer to your friends, your spouse, your colleagues. And yeah, and that's it. I'm 13 minutes. I'm done.
No, I love it, man. I love it. And I can actually relate to that because I do work out with Shalene every day. And when we used to go to the gym together, I hated it because I had to spend half of my workout showing her how to do all of the moves. And I hated it because I never got a good workout in. And when I'm at the gym, I want to get my workout in and be done, even though I may be there for an hour and a half. But when we're at home now and we just hit play and someone else tells us what to do, it's perfect because now I don't have to spend that time. And we actually joke around, we have a great time, and our relationship has become so much stronger because of it. But let's get into the nitty gritty of what this call is all about. What is coaching? We kind of shared our story and we kind of showed how we got to where we are, but what is it? So what is coaching? Coaching is, what do we do? We essentially work out, follow some kind of nutrition plan, get ourselves results. We find people who want to join us and come and do these workouts with us, whether it's friends, families, or whatnot, someone that wants to do a journey with you, and you help them get results. It's that simple. You follow these programs by pressing play, you use Beachbody platforms, you get results, you find people, you get them results. It is as simple as that with regards to what we do as a business. When I think of it as guys, I could have had this like fancy PowerPoint for you guys, but we're dudes. We don't care about that. We don't care about what a picture looks like. You want to hear word from the mouth of, does this work? Yes. Is it a viable business? Yes. Is it a scam? Absolutely not. Pyramid scheme? No. The things that guys do is and I did this before we even got into the businesses. I investigated this company to the nails before we even said yes. So, and that's just what guys do. We're always skeptical of this type of business, but I can tell you that it is probably hands down one of the best decisions that we've made for our family. And things are really starting to change, and I couldn't be more grateful that my wife pushed us into something that made us uncomfortable, because it's actually growing into something special. But that being said, what do we do? Essentially glorified motivators, helping people live a healthy lifestyle and getting results by you doing the same thing and getting results for yourself. That's
A
simple.
whole lot of personal development.
What's that?
A whole lot of personal development too.
Yeah, so much personal growth. That is the biggest component in what I've done so far, is that I've changed so much up here than I physically have changed myself. So what is the business, and how do you get paid? Very, very simple in this business. You get paid in two ways. You get paid by commissions, and you get paid by bonuses. Okay, and I'll get into bonuses in a second because there's multi levels of it, but commissions is very simple. You get a 25% commission off of everything you sell in the business. For example, if you sold a bundle package to a client, which is going to get them the full package, it's going to get them Netflix of fitness, it's going to get them nutritional shakes, as well as support and access to all your groups or your upline groups. They can buy that, and you're going to get a $50 commission for that. Okay. Or you could sell somebody just the product, just Shakeology. You sold somebody just Shakeology, you're going to get a 25% commission off of that. So you're going to make $40. Okay. The difference is with the bundle package, it's an individual commission. You get that one time. Now, if they stay on the shakes, that's where you're going to start to make income off them every month now. So now, if they buy the shakes next month, you're going to make $40. If they buy shakes after that, you're going to make another $40. So if I made this really simple, I sold 10 bundle packages in a month. I sold 10 packages to my friends and family, and each one is going to give me $50. So that is going to give me everybody. That is going to give me $500, right? So I sold 10 packages at $50, $500. Okay. Now, if all 10 of those people stayed on Shakeology, I'm now going to get $400 commission off them the next month because they all stayed on that. Now, does that happen all the time where they all stay on? People fall off and on all the time, or they put their stuff on hold. It's totally a business that happens with what they do at home, but that's where that money is going to come in. So you can make a 25% commission, and that commission is solely yours. Not like other network marketing companies where I take my commission and then I have to split it with some of my upline. That doesn't happen in this company. It is whatever you bring in is 100% yours. The second way you get paid is bonuses. And this is the cool thing. Bonuses is at 3 levels. So the first bonus is a team cycle bonus. So what that means is, as you start to build a team, because in this business, if you want to make a residual income, you have to have a team to do that. And as your team starts adding people, or you add people to your team, that creates something called volume. So there's a point volume to everything you sell. As you start to create that volume on your legs, it becomes a total team volume, and you get paid a commission off of that. So Beachbody looks at your team and says, hey, Robert, your team is doing really well. I see you've got lots of team volume. We're going to pay you a weekly bonus on that team volume. And as your team grows, that volume continues to grow. And that's where that residual income comes in. So every week, you're going to get a paycheck for this team volume for the work that your team does. Okay? The second part of that is called a matching bonus. So now, as I bring coaches on and I help, say, for example, if I brought Batu on, and Batu's one of my working coaches. He's starting to get into the business. He's starting to do well, and I'm helping him build a team. his team is now building volume. So now he's going to get that team cycle bonus. But because I'm helping him do that, I'm going to get a 10% matching bonus on that. So I'm actually earning income by helping my coaches build their team on top of the team cycle bonus Beachbody's paying me for building my own team. Does that make sense? Shake your head yes or no if that makes sense. Yes? Okay, good. And the last way you get paid is on quarterly bonuses. Quarterly bonuses don't kick in until you start hitting certain ranks in the business. Okay, so as you move up in the business, there's something called diamond and there's something called star diamonds. Once you get into the star diamond ranks, is where you start to earn quarterly bonuses. For example, the ranks that you have to hit are 2-star diamond, 5-star diamond, 10-star diamond, 15-star diamond. At each of those ranks, you will get paid a quarterly bonus. If you hold that rank for 6 weeks, in every quarter, you will continue to get that quarterly bonus, okay? Which is on top of the other weekly bonuses you get. So every quarter, Beachbody is going to cut you a check and say, hey, you hit your star diamond rank, here's your quarterly bonus, which can be anywhere from $2,000 to $40,000. Okay, income disclaimer again. No levels guaranteed in income. It's all done on your own efforts and due diligence in the business. Okay, but those bonuses is where you're going to actually earn the income, right? So as a guy, for me, this is where I spend most of my time because let's be honest, most guys are numbers guys. If I'm looking at a business, for majority of the population, it's a female-dominated business. A lot of them are they love the community. They're all about community, all about fitness. A lot of guys are about money. Like, show me numbers. How does this business successfully work? And that's exactly how. So if you want to completely control your income 100%, commissions. You can make a ton of money in commissions solely. And then as you start to build your team, that's going to be that residual income. If I look at my paychecks right now, I want to say over 90% of my paycheck comes from team cycle bonuses, right? Our monthly income is growing substantially, and 90% of that comes from team cycle bonuses, not from me selling a challenge pack. It's from me growing a team and helping my team grow a team. So that's where this business really starts to compound. So the biggest thing here is that if you guys are watching the recording or you're on this call, whoever invited you to this call, they see something in you because they know how special this business is and they know what it's done for their lives. I know what it's done for my life, and I know what it can do for other people's lives. So if they have that, if you have any questions about anything that we've discussed today about how to earn income or what it actually is we do, you can feel free to reach out to myself or Batu, or reach out to the coach that invited you to this group and have a conversation with them. Because like I said, this process can be absolutely life-changing if you're willing to put the work in. That being said, we're looking for people that are maybe already busy. They've got busy lives. They are willing to work hard. They're willing to look outside the box, and they're willing to put the effort in, because without that, you've got to meet us halfway. We'll give you all the tools and tricks that you need in order to be successful in this business. The training platforms that we have are phenomenal, probably some of the best in the business. And if you have that and you're willing to work hard, I know what this business can do for you, but it does take an effort, and it's not hard work, but it's definitely worth it. Did you have anything to add to that?
I think I have massive empathy as a guy for other guys when it comes to how they feel about this whole thing right now. I may be 90% right about this, and you get into this headspace of, oh, I have to know everything. I have to, like, comparison. Yeah, but I'm not like a fitness guy, right? All those things are gonna come to you. You know what I mean? Like, so comparison is poison in the business. You are who you are. You are potentially can be as successful as a person who makes, and I'll tell you, again, I put on the chat the income disclaimer, but one of the coaches who's a male coach in this business, his last week's paycheck was $66,000. Now, disclaimer, but when you look at the opportunity, understand that as guys, we are going to be a lot more kind of pushy towards getting out of our comfort zone. Women are a lot like, let's get into it, girls, let's do it, boom, 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 and then they connect, whatever. As guys, it's a lot harder for us to get out of our comfort zone and just be like, okay, I got to do all this stuff, but it's going to take time and blah, 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 right? Just think of that. Maybe sit down and think, why would I want to do this thing? Understand that opportunity is massive as long as you do the work. Yes, hard work, but smart work also. You don't have to post and share everything. It doesn't work that way. And especially if you're doing this with your spouse. I mean, I could get married tomorrow just to do this with a spouse. Like the opportunities are massive. So if you're married, Tanya, don't tell Tanya that. But joke aside, I think, guys, opportunity is big. The fact that there's not many guys in the business is a massive opportunity for us to just kind of, lock arms and just go after it. Yes, it's people are going to tell you scam or pyramid scheme or, I've been told it's a cult. And I'm like, if this is a cult, I'm in. Get me in the cult right now, because the money that Jer mentioned, perfect. Opportunities, limitless, right? But it's the friendships, it's the connections, right, that you're going to be able to kind of get from this, which for anyone is massive. And then getting results and personal development, and the fact that your mindset changes, and you won't know before you actually go into it and do it. We don't know what we don't know. It's very easy. And here's the thing, look at it this way. It's very easy to do this business. It's very easy to wake up early in the morning. It's very easy to do the workouts. They're very easy. But what's also very easy is not to do them. So it's a choice. It's not about how workouts are harder or whatever. They're both very easy things, but you just have to choose. And then before you choose, you see, why would I do this? And if your why makes you like shiver and just get excited, grab onto it. You're not signing contracts. You can do it for 2-3 months and then hop off. Yeah, I really hope that we'll see you guys in the group, because Jer and I are like super close, and we're like here just pumped about helping other people to reach success as well, because we're on the same boat with you. It's just it'll never stop. It's a non-ending journey, but why not do it with people who are like-minded, who are just supporting you and want you to succeed. So. Sorry.
Sorry, am I unmuted now?
Told you I talk a lot.
Sorry.
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So the biggest thing for me, I mean, working full time, working full time as an officer and doing this on the side, is totally manageable. You just have to find the pockets of time to work in. When you get breaks, or when you have these little pockets at home where maybe the kids just went to bed, or they're brushing their teeth and you have 10 minutes. It's those opportunities that I take to work in these little small pockets of my business, because I know that the reason I'm doing this is for a better life for my family. So there's going to be small sacrifices. Like, I don't watch as much Netflix or TV anymore, because I'd rather work the business than I would do that. But I also want more time with my wife and my kids. And I learned that when I was off for almost 2 years with my injury, that my priorities were backwards, because I gave everything to my police service, all my time, all my volunteer work, all the extra hours, any overtime that came up, any paid duty that I wanted to. Like, I was there more than I was home. And when I was actually home and with the family, I realized that my priorities are backwards. And that's the whole reason kind of why we jumped into this, because I want to create a better lifestyle for my kids and my family so that I can be home more. and spend time with them and watch them grow and go to their Christmas recitals and stuff like that at school. Like, that's what I want. But that being said, like, you don't have to do everything the way that we do it. If you're not a morning person, you don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and work out. You're going to work out in the pockets of time that best suits your lifestyle, because it's all about how you're going to run this business and how you're going to run your life, not how we do it. Every coach does it differently. It's like Batu and I do things completely different. We do some things very similar, but there's a lot of things that we do different as well. So you don't have to do exactly what we do, but know that it is a viable option, and if you're putting the work in, the reward is like nothing I've ever experienced before. So if you do have any questions, I want you to reach out to the coach that invited you, and I want you to have a conversation, because the next step is, how do you get started? You're going to talk to your coach. You're going to discuss which package you want to go with. If you're already signed up as a VIP member or you're signed up as a client, it could be an easy transition. But I want you to have a conversation with them now, because the new coach training starts on Monday. So let's get you having this conversation. Talk to your coach, figure out what step you want to go, and let's get you in that training for Monday. Okay. It's a 2-week training platform where it's not like you're doing hours of training every day. You're maybe doing 45 minutes to an hour of training. We've got it all broken down for you. It's a 2-week period. You go into a chat group where you can ask all your questions and bounce ideas off of people. It's a great platform. And I want you to talk to your coach, because training starts on Monday. I'd love to see you guys in that training on Monday. Does anybody have any questions while they have Batu and myself right now? If not, no problem. If something comes up, go to your coach. But if anyone has a question, unmute yourself and you can ask me right away.
Rick, go ahead. Rick, I think Rick.
The only thing that's holding me back is from being a coach is I read a disclaimer on the coach page that see, I'm with Primerica too, right?
Yeah.
Which is a multi-level marketing company as well.
Yeah.
And even though it's a different, it's not. I would never entwine the two businesses because each opportunity is huge. Is it okay with you guys if I become a coach? Is that going to interfere with your contract being already with Primerica?
So the way the contract reads is that it used to affect you a lot sooner. Before, our contract used to say that you couldn't do 2 multi-level marketing companies at the same time if you were an Emerald coach. So Emerald is kind of like the first rank you get in the business. It's actually really easy. You could get to Emerald in an hour if you really put the work in. So that's where the conflict came in. Now they're saying that you can get all the way to Diamond before you have to make a decision. So it's not really my personal opinion on whether or not it's okay. If you chose to do both, that's on you. If compliance comes up with it, they may ask you questions about it. But I mean, Diamond is a significant rank. If you can get to Diamond, you'll be able to make the decision on which platform you want to go to. Because I can tell you that in this platform, and I don't know much about Primerica, so I can't comment on that. But sure. I know that the income is there to be made in this business. And right. If you can get to Diamond, and before Diamond you figure out if this is an opportunity that's going to excel for you, then I would say jump all over it. But in the beginning, if you wanted to test the waters to see, hey, is this a viable option for me? Yeah. By all means, you have until Diamond to make that decision.
Right. So at a Diamond, what is the average income of a Diamond?
It's so hard to say what an average is, like, because it all depends on how much commission you have, how many customers you have in retention. If you were on average, I'd say a Diamond coach probably over $1,000 a month for sure in that Diamond range. And that could be lowballing, that could be whatever. I mean, I'm a 3-star Diamond coach right now, and I'm making, income disclaimer, I'm making about $9,000 a month.
Right.
Right. And I've been
residually
in the business for 2 years.
For 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. As a Diamond, I was probably making about $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Right.
And then each year, my goal is that my income just doubles and triples every year.
Right.
As I'm growing, that residual income continues to grow.
Yeah.
So, does that answer your question? I know I'm trying to be political in a sense because this is recorded. But,
yeah, no, I understand that. It's just both companies have issues with being with other multi-level companies, right? So,
for sure.
being the fact that I'm in a licensed industry, coach might not be a viable thing for me. But the products, the stuff, everything that you guys are doing, the community, everything is just perfect.
Yeah.
It's a great
like I said, I
opportunity.
mean, if it, I don't know what Primerica's contract is. Like I said, you have until Diamond, which is a substantial rank. Could take anywhere from a month to 3 months to get there, depending on how much work you get in. And then who knows? I mean, your income as a Diamond coach could be substantially higher than what I made. Like,
right.
It's so hard to tell because it's individually based.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you have any more questions, then I think Kaylee's your coach, right?
Yep.
Yeah, reach out to Kaylee, and if she has any questions, by all means, she can come to me, or if you want to come to me directly, it's all.
Sure.
Any questions, just let me know.
How do I contact all you coaches?
What's that?
Do you just directly deal with your coach, or can you reach out to other coaches as well?
I mean, you can connect with other people. I mean, especially on our team, like our whole team is connected. So I mean, if you're reaching out to other coaches and just connecting, because I mean, anything that goes through your company or your account is obviously going to go through Kaylee. Like if you want a new product or anything like that, it's going to go through Kaylee. But if you want to connect and befriend people in the team, by all means, reach out. That's what we've spent 2 years building this culture on our team. The reason we called it Fam Jam Empire is because we want it to feel like a family. And we want everyone to feel like they're part of that family. So if you need to ask a question or you want to reach out to somebody, that's your brother and sister.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, Jer. Real quick, I was just kind of curious more on, Shalene always talks about how some of the, I guess, what did she call them? The grandmas of Beachbody, which some great calls. She said that they were part of your upline. I was just kind of more curious because today it sounded like you got in the business because of Shalene. How did you guys kind of set up that structure? Like she came in first, and so you're one of her legs, or how'd that work?
No, we actually signed myself up first, just because of how she was with her other business already. We signed my account up, and then we ended up signing her underneath me. So yeah, so when we talk about our great grandmothers, like we go up the ladder, like Jamie Fitzpatrick is my upline, and then you go all the way up the ladder. It's like Lindsay Matway, which is like like I hate to say grandma because she is an extremely young woman, but like she is like the leader of what this business is all about. She's a phenomenal mentor, a phenomenal leader, and an amazing person to look up to in this business because she's doing amazing things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
I know we're a little backwards in a sense that normally it's the female who signs up first and then the spouse, but we're backwards, and that's just how we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem. Any other questions, guys? Awesome. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for being here. Like I said, any questions, reach out to your coach that invited you to this group. If you're watching the recording, it is June 4th. Training starts on June 8th. Let's get you talking to your coaches and get you in that training for June 8th. Okay? All right, guys. Have a great night. Take care.
Thanks, Jer.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one, guys.